All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me. I know it's quite late, 10 p.m., and according to a few of the participants, completely 100% bedtime. So I do apologize for keeping you out of bed. But I just want to make sure that you have everything you need for tomorrow. And it's a priority for me that you feel prepared with anything that you need. So just a few questions on your end, as well as a few things that I want to share with you on mine. And we should be at least very much 90% prepared for tomorrow. So I'm going to just share my screen with all of you. Let me just, yes, wonderful. So I guess this is my welcome back because it's day 2 and we already had a session in the morning. So what I want to just basically run over is the schedule for Monday. Obviously, we will have a kickoff in the morning around 8:30 a.m. Nice, bright and early. And then we will have the deadline for video submission at 9:30. This is a deadline, unfortunately, that we cannot move. And the reason being is that the judges will not conduct a live session. They will be watching all of your videos. And then we will be basically asking you individually in case any of the judges have questions, to help us answer some of them in a little bit more detail. So while the judges are reviewing your ideas, you need to be on Slack 100%. Please make sure that you are not hiding away somewhere and ignoring your Slack. You have to be online for those 2 hours in case the judges have something to ask. And this I've seen in the past. People have lost their spot in the top 3 because they decided to go away and have a little break from 12 to 2. Be alert, be present. If you want to go somewhere and be away from your laptop, at least have your Slack on your phone. I can't stress enough how many startups I've seen just lose the competition because they lost interest last second. So please don't be one of those teams. The next is, the way it's going to work, as I mentioned, everything is pre-recorded. The judges will be reviewing the top 20 teams. They are going to be exhibited live onto the website. So basically each one of your teams the video will play. But the judges on the back end will be reviewing each and every one of them as it's happening. So that way we are keeping the audience engaged and they get to watch every single one of your pitches while the judges are reviewing them on the back end. So just in terms of the winner's announcement, we are trying our best to see if we can do it by 2 p.m. I doubt we're going to actually be able to finish by that time. I would say more realistically around 2:30 p.m. But please be on alert. And if you do get announced in as one of the top 3, you have to go live. So please do not disappear last second. If I'm calling up one of your teams and you're not there, there is a matter of disqualification. So it will go for the next runner up. So please be present. I can't stress this enough. Don't just leave last minute to make a sandwich or, have a little coffee on the side. Try to just be alert as much as possible between that time frame. And again, if your Slack is on your phone, then that's at least you have a solution. Now, just in terms of inviting your friends and family to watch the pitch, again, once you join the event, please keep hashtagging about it. We already have global reach, as I mentioned on the last call. We've reached around 19 countries in terms of the messaging. So I think it's really incredible to also keep the network and let the reshare kind of talk about your business as well. So take a photo of your presentation, try and make it a little bit more viral so people can notice what you're doing, as I believe a lot of you are going to continue beyond this event. Again, it's the live channel, FH2071 Live. Apologies for that. There's the FH2071 Live link. What you need to remember, so again, tomorrow morning, we have the form that you need to submit to, and I'm going to go through it in a second. There are no more mentoring sessions tomorrow because obviously you would have submitted by 9:30. Take your break from 9:30 to 12 and just relax and obviously do work because it's Monday. And then come join us between 12 and 2:30. Again, this is it's a huge win if you receive any one of the top 3 prizes. Again, the amount of cash prizes they're giving away to some of the amazing startups, it's a really great amount. It's a grant that basically has been given by the Ministry of Health and Prevention, which is such a wonderful, I would say, thing for you to even promote on your LinkedIn. It's a real honor to be selected in for this competition. Again, we will stay tuned for 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. for that. Now, before I jump into Q&A, what I do want to do is I actually want to share my tab to walk you through the pitch submission process, just so that we're all comfortable, so that you all don't have any issues. I just want to make sure that you're super, super in line with what needs to happen next. So just to walk you through, this is the pitch submission form. If you have not received it and you are one of the top teams, please make sure to ask one of us immediately. It's supposed to say 9:30. Apologies for that. So basically, the team name and number. So obviously, if you are, I don't know, here it's O2 Humana Anonymi. Sorry, I can never say your team name. But if you, let's say, are, I don't know, let's take a look here. Team 25 Sahami, or I don't know who would be probably paying attention. Team 33 P4ML. So you basically say O3 P4ML. That's clear for everybody, just to make sure. Okay. What challenges your team solving? So they're probably going to look at accessibility to healthcare. How many team members do you have? Let's assume they have 3. Who's their team lead? So it's Patrick. And then please list the name. So he would basically put everybody in his team other than himself, obviously, because that would be a little bit funny. And it's required anyways for us to take your email, so you will be fine. So for example, on his team, let's say he has, I don't know, John Stewart and John at funny.com, and then he has member 2, Patrick Swayze, and it would basically be Patrick at swayze.com. Please make sure to write these out very, very carefully and clearly, because everybody will be receiving a certificate. So we need to make sure that their names are not written wrong and that their emails are definitely not written wrong, because they have to receive them as well. Then you're going to click here. We're basically going to add a file, and you're basically going to get that from your desktop or your drive. It has to be a PDF format of your pitch deck. I hope that's clear for everybody. And then you have your 4-minute video pitch, which again needs to be an MP4 file, which you can drag and drop into here, and it should be clear enough for everybody. If you don't want to upload a video to this form, you can upload your video to any streaming platform. I'm just going to quickly give you guys a view on something that I saw the year before. So I think it was CEE Team 12. So something that you should maybe just take a look at. I'm happy to also share the link with you. This is one of the teams that won a COVID-19 Saudi competition, one of the top winners. So the way they did it is they typed in their team, and they made it live, and then they shared this link with us. So they thought it was an easier alternative for them. If you want to do something similar, please feel free. We don't need you to send us a drive link. You can drop it on here. It is easier for us though if you send it MP4, so at least we can download it easier. Okay. So how I'm basically gonna do this one more time. I'm just gonna quickly shorten the URL. We had an attendee ask about the form. Naeem, would you mind also just sharing with Meenakshi, sorry, the form link just here down below, so that everybody else who might not have gotten access also does. Meenakshi will also drop it to you on Slack. And then just to go back quickly to the form as well, I'm just going to share my screen with the last tab, and then we are done for the day. We can jump into Q&A. So then we have your business model. So I put here just the 3 top questions based on what the judges also have. Ensure that the idea has potential to become a, does the idea have potential to become a real business? Sorry. OCD. Does the solution solve a core need, and have they demonstrated a go-to-market strategy that's clear enough? And then share your value proposition and how you have validated it with your core customers. So there you can just type in a bunch of things that basically show how you validated your idea. I think Naeem talked about this quite well. You know, where did you do validation? Did you send out Google Forms? How many people responded? Blah, blah, blah. Do you have an MVP or a prototype? Yes or no? And then if you have a prototype or MVP, show a video or a demo of how it works. So you can just send us a link. Drop in a link. And then what is unique / innovative about your business solution? You can type in a little bit here. How is your project creating a new solution or applying an existing solution in a new innovative way? And then your elevator pitch, describing your idea in 1 line. And then in 2 sentences, please describe what is your market strategy. So those are the questions that we have for you based on the entire presentation and the form. So I'm just going to leave it now for any Q&A that you might have. I'm happy to answer any questions. Yusra is asking if the pitch is in, or sorry, somebody else is asking if the pitch is in Arabic or English. It's in English. I'm pretty sure one of the members of jury do not speak Arabic. The rest do fluently. If you feel like your pitch could be stronger in Arabic, feel free to do it in that language. But you will have one judge who's a bit blindsided by your idea and might not pivot in the last second her decision on you based on that. So I would maybe keep the presentation in English out of respect to the jury members who don't speak Arabic. Hope that answers it. Can we add a link to the Google Drive video instead of uploading it? Yeah, as long as you share it, make sure that Naeem can access the folder, or make sure it's open somehow so that we can download. Test it out. Test it out with us. We'll open it straight away and then press submit whenever we confirm. We're very fast to answer important questions as well, so don't worry. You have our support. Yeah, a few seconds is fine. As long as you're around the 4-minute range, it's perfect. No. I would say the max you can go is 4 minutes, 15 seconds. So try your best to squeeze it in under that. I just answered that question. No, 4 minutes, maximum 4 minutes, 15. Okay. I see what you mean. I know it's a full question. I understood that, but still. No, of course not. Age is just a number. I really believe some of the most brilliant entrepreneurs I've come across, to be honest, were between the ages of 10 and 12. Shocking. But genius has no age. I think it's a blessing to see how many smart young individuals we have in this competition. And honestly, it's incredible. So don't feel at all at a disadvantage because of your age. Mention your latest name so that we make sure to trace it back to. Is this the MSDX team? Just out of curiosity. As long as it's updated on your Slack channel, I think we're fine. Let's use that as a rule of reference. Yeah, so just once again, if you want to drop in a link to the presentation, we had mentioned on the form that if you don't want to drop in a file, like an MP4 file, what you could do instead is just drop in a link. That works as well, for sure. I think the golden tip for any pitch, and I'll say this across the board, is to be really calm, collected, and confident that you can win this competition. I would say one thing is make it about the problem. You know how this is a real problem, and that a lot of people are facing it, and you are giving it an attempt to solve it. So I think try and remember that your team is going to deliver an impactful solution to something that's a real problem. It's not a live pitch. Once again, it's a recording. We're going to be replaying your videos for I would say, the external audience. The Ministry of Health and Prevention and the Prime Minister's office have already shared the fact that there is going to be pitch presentations tomorrow. So your recordings are going to play there. Oh. So maybe just to answer one more question. I mean, actually, so basically, we already pretty much finished the event. We're on getting into day 3 now, so probably not. Perhaps you can join us for our next event and join our newsletter to stay informed on anything that's happening in the future. You will not be called live. What we might do is contact you on Slack to ask you more questions. We might bring you into the judging panel in case they want to ask you something in person. All right, so it looks like there's no more questions for Q&A. In case you do need something, we are available on Slack, and we will be discussing high level once again what's going to happen next at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Again, please, when you're submitting your ideas, remember that you have the chance to win something quite big. I know as young individuals who are part of this competition, a little bit of cash towards an idea, you never know like where you can take this idea next. A little bit of a grant for your business is really supportive, and it could maybe materialize into something down the line. So I really think pitch with all your heart, give it the best shot that you have, and really give it the attention. I think you'll be very surprised to see that if you think you're going to win this competition, you might actually will. So I really encourage all of you to be super passionate and just ready to give it the best shot you've got. And we'll see you tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Thanks, guys.